Hi everyone. Thanks for joining us at In the Know. We're catching up with some of your favorite celebs, reality TV stars, and more direct from their homes. I'm your host, Gibson Johns, and today we're joined by Olivia Culpo and Patrick Starr, who recently collaborated on a fun YouTube makeup tutorial in collaboration with the new Crest White Emulsions. I chatted with the duo about what it was like for them to work together remotely, the different worlds that they started in, admiring how one another have built their global brands, and what they've learned from watching each other's careers grow. Keep listening for my full interview with Olivia and Patrick. So we're here with Olivia Culpo and Patrick Starr. How are you guys today?
We're good. I'm good.
Great.
Patrick.
Great, I'm back.
You're back. Yay.
So you guys are such a fun duo. I just told Patrick I watched your guys' collab on YouTube. It's not out yet, but it will be soon. And this is your first time working together. And I'm curious just if either of you remembers the first time you heard about the other. Do you remember when you first kind of discovered Patrick or first discovered Olivia, like just in your everyday?
That's a great question. For me, I've heard Patrick's name so many times. He's actually one of the people in this industry that I had never met, but I had kept hearing. So it was really funny that we met this way because we still technically have not like physically met.
Right. Patrick, what about for you?
I've watched Olivia everywhere. Like, a member of my team is such a huge fan. Shout out to CJ. And, seeing her grace these magazine covers, fitness, lifestyle. I think as a beauty YouTuber and specifically as a man in makeup, I've always looked to modern day icons in beauty to draw inspiration from, because for me as a beauty influencer, my specific routine is full glam, drag, but I think there's a certain silver lining of relatability that I have with my fans and my followers. But I wouldn't have that if it weren't for people like Olivia that I can look to incorporate on my social platforms to develop this kind of like aspirational, attainable source of beauty. So I'm, through my lens on YouTube, I'm able to utilize Olivia as a source of inspiration for me to project on my platforms to just show that beauty is feasible and possible and attainable.
Totally. And so the video that you guys collabed on, it's sort of a role reversal for you, Patrick, because it's Olivia showing you how to do her signature glowy dewy look. How much prep goes into a video like this? Because Olivia, it was new for you, and Patrick, you've obviously been down this road before. But how much prep goes into? I mean, it's a 25-minute video. And I learned a lot from it. So obviously, a lot of work goes into it.
I mean, kind of, but I feel like Patrick's the same way as me. At this point, we could both do our makeup literally with our eyes closed and without a mirror. So I knew exactly what products we were going to use. I sent him a list. I was like, I would be willing to bet you probably had like 80% of those products because
Literally.
So we both know like the best of the best. And I don't know. I just knew, and you probably have every product. So it was really, really easy. And then we obviously were also working with Crest Whitening Emulsions, and we both knew how to apply that beforehand. We had been testing it out beforehand for weeks, and we realized, oh my God, this works so well at whitening your smile. So we incorporated that as well. Super easy too. But no, I feel like the most nerve-wracking part was probably making sure like our internet was stable.
Right. the common issue these days. Exactly. I mean, I was going to bring up the Crest Whitening Emulsions because that is what brought you guys together in the first place. And I'm curious because I got sent it. I haven't started using it yet, but is it as much of a game changer as it seems to be?
Yes. It really,
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with mine. Are you, Patrick? I mean, I'm sure you've been using it.
Yeah. I've literally been like, before the makeup game, I wanted to be a dentist because I was obsessed with cosmetic dentistry as a little kid and how white and beautiful I've seen these models and celebrities, and whitening, I think prior to makeup was a part of beauty to me. And that was something as a boy in makeup that I felt like I could do, that kind of like aided to my beauty routine. But now that I'm a full-blown gay male makeup artist all over the internet, it just seemed natural. But the Crest Whitening Emulsions are just super easy. This is the Crest Whitening Emulsions vanity on the wand with a wand, and there's one on the go that has an applicator on the tip, and it's literally you apply and go, swipe and go, and the formula is just so great that it's easy and you can leave it on rather than the other Crest whitening products you would put the strip. But
Right.
this is 20 years in the making, and it's so easy. You can apply it up to 4 times a day. And I literally, when I first tried it, I was like, no, this is not. It can't be, but it is. And I think in terms of beauty and what I talk about being so intimidating, this is not intimidating at all. This is even safe for people with super sensitive teeth, and you can literally apply it on your teeth and just go about your day. And it's just
Hmm.
virtually so easy. And so far, I've been able to incorporate this in my beauty routine, and it's literally so easy and so fun to do, and it's a no-brainer.
Right. And I think that what you mentioned something early in that answer about just sort of like always wanting that white smile. And I think that, this product and this video that you guys collabed on, it gets into your catchphrase, which is makeup is one size fits all. And I think that this gets into the idea that like everyone wants that whiter smile. Everyone wants a brighter smile. It doesn't matter what gender or where you come from. Like that's just kind of like a universal desire. And, I'm curious, like, as somebody who uses their platform to like parlay that message, it must feel like it's the perfect fit.
Yeah, for sure. It's so I think apart from, our gender pronouns and beauty and makeup preferences and beauty preferences, the universal language is a smile. And so I think that starts with who I identify as and my persona, but projecting, I think, this smile for millions of people to see in the past many years. And same with Olivia Culpo. And it's been so fun to see people that have reacted to my channel, whether it's boyfriends or dads or brothers. And it's just something that I think that people would want to use now. Because in terms of trends, we're seeing self-care be the best care in terms of what we're living in today in a mask living world. So we're seeing skincare trend, hair, and also teeth and whitening. And I think it's
Hmm.
the next wave to come, all thanks to Crest.
Definitely. And Olivia, it was so interesting watching this video because this is you showing your signature look to Patrick and how you get it. And you come from the pageant world, and then you've since entered the celebrity world, which probably have similarities and differences when it comes to kind of beauty standards and how things are done. And I'm curious, just like, one, how long did it take for you to sort of nail down the signature look that you have? And two, like, what were some of those big differences that you've seen kind of in these different worlds that you've inhabited?
Oh my gosh. Well, I always say that makeup is like cooking. Like if you love it, you'll be good at it. It just takes that first love. And I've always loved makeup. I didn't always have the confidence to follow through with my makeup. So for example, when I was doing Miss Universe, for example, I had someone else doing my makeup, and I look back on those photos and I'm like, oh my God, what was I thinking? And then now I finally got the confidence to have fun and play with it. And then I think that's kind of how I got my signature look. But I would say to anybody, it's like, you just have to really like look in the mirror and figure out like, what do I want to play up? What do I want to play down? What are maybe the spots that I want to highlight? What are the spots that I maybe need to cover? Like everybody's different. And also that's what's so beautiful about makeup. It's a fun, artistic out. I mean,
Right.
Patrick is like obviously on a whole other level than me with that. But the way that he creates all of these unbelievable personas and moods and just even characters sometimes, it's amazing. Like in the beginning of our YouTube video, he transformed into my Sports Illustrated cover, and it was awesome.
I love that. That was the best entrance ever. I loved it.
Yeah.
The translucent jacket. And I mean, it's funny that you say that because what struck me throughout this video was also like, Patrick, there were some moments where you were like shook at how Olivia does like sort of the order that she does things in, and it works for her. But it's so funny to see that you can still learn so much, even though you are kind of the master of makeup in so many ways. Like
Oh,
it's so awesome that you can still learn stuff, and then Olivia did kind of teach you how you can do things differently. Did you find that throughout this video that like you were like, whoa, like I haven't even thought about certain things that way?
literally, yes, yes, and yes, and yes. If you're to know or have a sneak peek into what my everyday, a part of my essential everyday, it's baking, it's powder. I am a man in makeup. I have textured, porous skin, oily, sweaty, all the above. And so when I saw this girl not lifting not one speck of powder, I was like, when is the powder gonna come, Miss Olivia Culpo? And so it wasn't until the very end, and in order to achieve that beautiful glowy look, I was able to learn something new. And I think that's a part of the industry. With what we do, there's no degree or diploma of which we succeed. So if I can be progressive in my routine and learn and educate people that are wanting to execute a look similar to Olivia's, I was more than happy to learn from her. And so far, like, my eyeliner that I learned from Olivia has been my favorite so far in terms of like my
I love it.
everyday. And it was just, I literally did it last night, and it was just so fun and easy. And it literally got my eyes looking a little bit more, snatched.
Yeah, oh my God, I love it. It's not my eye today. My eye today is bolder, but like, you'll see if you guys watch the video.
Yeah.
And Olivia, and I think a lot of your fans will learn a lot from this video as well. And I'm sure that as somebody who's been in the public eye for a long time now, people probably come to you all the time asking for questions, advice on how to, whether it has to do with beauty or not. And I'm curious, what are sort of the most common things that you find people are looking for advice on from you?
A lot of people ask about my skincare routine, and they always want to know what lip I'm wearing. So, or lip liner. Those are two really common questions, I would say. And then I guess it evolves on different times of the year. Like in the winter, people want to know how I combat dry weather. And then in the summer, people want to know what I do to maintain like a summer glow, or body makeup, or tanning products that I love. So yeah, it definitely varies, but it's fun. I love it. I like eat, breathe, and sleep this stuff, so it's fun.
Totally. So you guys clearly had a lot of fun doing this together, and I think towards the end of the video, you talk about, okay, you got to collab again. What else could you guys do together? Like what would be sort of the dream next collab for Patrick Starr and Olivia Culpo?
I actually have an idea. I want Patrick, which this is my idea, not his, so he can completely combat this one. He hates it. But I really want him to do an iconic look on me and transform me into somebody from the past. I don't know who, and I don't know like if it's someone alive, dead, who knows. But I want to do that, and I want you to like literally, I want a real Patrick Starr beat on my face.
Yes, let's do it.
Can we make
Let's
that happen? I think like an old, like a major old Hollywood, like major makeover, like that would be kind of major. I would love that.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yes.
And lastly, I think that, to me, I guess I look at you two and watch you two together, and in some ways it's like you guys have so much in common, and that you both do so much and can be seen on so many different platforms. But then also in other ways, it's kind of a meshing of two different worlds almost, when I think about sort of seeing you guys collab. And then, it gets into just like this idea, but has sort of been brought on by 2020, which is like the landscape in fashion and beauty and entertainment is just so kind of uncertain going forward. And I think that, like, Patrick, you came up on YouTube, and Olivia, you came up in a different way, but what are your thoughts as you sort of like look into the future of both of your careers and sort of where things can go? Because it's so hard to predict right now, but I'm sure you guys have some cool plans in the works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think what we're living in right now is just showing that no matter where we come from, YouTube or celebrity, pageants, lifestyle, we are more alike than different. And as we are working virtually, we're able to connect, celebrate our unique differences, and celebrate that we're humans at the end of the day. And it starts with a smile, it starts with a hello, it starts with being kind. And that is the trend that's going to be happening moving forward, that we have to promise to ourselves and to others that we have to operate through kindness, and that inclusivity is everything. And never in a million years that I would have thought a beauty, fashion, mogul, entrepreneur like Olivia Culpo, Miss Freaking Universe, would even recognize someone like me. I remember I saw her at a fashion show in New York when it was my first fashion week ever. And I was like, oh my God, she's right there next to Anna Wintour. So gorgeous. Never will I ever. And here we are in a world
Never
that,
say never.
With someone like Crest celebrating two unique different beauties in the industry that I never thought that I would see myself in, with someone like Olivia, and also a major brand like Crest celebrating their Crest Whitening Emulsions. Growing up gay and Filipino, I never thought I would have been, having partnered with such a big brand, and just to celebrate our smiles and our unique beauties is something really, really exciting to me. So
I love that.
What about for you, Olivia? I mean, what do you sort of think when you think about just sort of like the future of what you could be doing in the next like several years, even though we're not really sure what it looks like?
I think that Patrick definitely nailed it. And also as such a trailblazer, he has such a thought out answer on this, because he is exactly what he exemplifies. Like someone who is breaking down barriers, is creating opportunity for other people in a way that, I mean, what an accomplishment.
Right.
I cannot ever achieve that, but that's why I feel honored to be doing this with him. But as far as me, as I go personally, I mean, I just think I agree. You just have to work hard and be a good person. That's what my mom always told me. That's what I live by. And also just be grateful for every opportunity, because there was a time where we both would not have been able to see the success that we have, maybe because there were just certain parameters around what a normal person of influence should have, you know?
Right.
I mean, I cannot speak on the level of Patrick at all, but to be with such a trailblazer is an honor.
Thank you guys so much for your time. It was so fun talking to you, and I can't wait for everyone else to see the video, because it really is such a fun video, and it was a really bright light for me this week. So I can't wait for everyone else to watch it.
thank you.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.
For more stories from In the Know, go to intheknow.com. You can also follow In the Know on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and find me, Gibson Johns, on Instagram and Twitter at Gibsonoma. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.